you can get a free copy at 12weekbreakthrough.com. So let's start with what inspired you to write and to offer it for free to help create their 12-week breakthrough, and what's the significance of 12?
What's nice about the 12-week breakthrough is, number one, I've helped people do this over and over and over and over again for the last 20-plus years, number one. So I know it is possible. I mean, I've seen it. I've helped people do it. Number two, it's really nice because if you look at a calendar year, there are 4 12-week, time frames. There's 4 quarters, right? And that's about 12 weeks. And so we can really break up the year into 4 12-week quadrants or phases. And so, as you mentioned, right now we're ending up or finishing up the first quarter of 2024. And so it's a really, really nice time to evaluate, reevaluate, because as you know, and I'm sure as most people listening know, so many people set New Year's resolutions, and then, of course, they go by the wayside. By the way, this is something I've been teaching my clients not to do for years, is do not set New Year's resolutions for a number of reasons. But, because people just aren't taught how to do it right. And so, what happens is the gyms are full on January 2nd, and by January 30th, they're empty again. That's just an example of the fact that, we're not taught how to actually change our habits, which is something I've written a lot of books on. So for this book, The 12-Week Breakthrough, it really is about helping people with their inner game and their outer game. And more importantly, it's helping people break through what I call income ceiling syndrome. So this is something that I've also been helping people do for many, many years, which is break through their income ceiling. And what does income ceiling syndrome mean? Well, the symptoms of income ceiling syndrome basically mean that if you keep hitting the same level of income, in your business, in your job, and whatever it might be, like for years and years and years. So, for example, a lot of people have, they feel caged. It's like there's invisible bars that are holding them back. It's limiting your financial growth. It even limits your personal freedom. And no matter how hard you push or how many goals you set, you just seem to feel caged, in that limiting space, that limiting beliefs. And then, there's also symptoms like having low self-worth or fear of the future or just having a lot of anxiety and resentment and things like that. So it really is to, first of all, help people to, number one, understand income ceiling syndrome, and then, of course, give you, the reader, the strategies so that you can break through your own income ceiling and have what I like to call hockey stick growth. So what happens with the income ceiling is you're going along at a certain level, and then when you start to employ my systems, my strategies, whether it's inner game or outer game, then you really get to have that hockey stick growth. I'll give you an example. One of my clients, Stephen, came to me, and he's, he was already in his business, doing well, but he just kept hitting that income ceiling, and he actually joined my high group coaching program, my high-level coaching program, and in 12 weeks, we were able to increase his business by 800%. 800% in 12 weeks. So we have so many stories and examples and case studies like that, and that's what's really exciting, is to see that kind of hockey stick growth in a very short amount of time.